the thunder moved in and it never rained, but
Isn't
cool
that the worst?
isn't fun. So,
Those summer thunderstorms can come out of nowhere.
especially here in Florida. So we're known for it. But it's definitely a bummer. Just getting the bugs out of the pool. It's not screened in, so I was getting all that, and then all of a sudden
You
there's
did all the work and got no reward.
nothing.
That's how it goes.
hmm So it's been a rough day.
Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully next weekend, Nick, or maybe sometime this week, you can take advantage of the pool.
I hope so. I got to yesterday, but still. So I know we're missing some of our regulars tonight. I know Typical isn't available. Mike Peluso said he'd try and join, but wasn't sure if he could because he's out with the wife and a friend. Fireman's birthday was yesterday, so he thinks he deserves to have some time off and relax. I don't know what he's doing.
Unbelievable.
And he does deserve that, don't get me wrong. Um Shroomage. I feel like Shroomage said he couldn't make it, but he's on a trip or something, but I don't remember. So this might be the crew tonight, Hubba.
Yeah, okay. That's no worries. You got the agenda?
I sure do. I sent it in council chat so you can see it, but um I don't know if you want to start with any shout outs or if you want to start with the harder conversations first or how you'd like to start over.
I'm pulling the agenda up now.
Okay.
Oh, but just letting you know, you got your Discord up on Twitch stream.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna use the
Okay.
browser version to pull it up. But good call out. Okay, onboarding discussion. Why don't we just run in the order that you got? We'll end on a high note with shoutouts. That's fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
Except the date's not July 24th. That's false.
I said I to create it with today's date. I said for tonight, and evidently we're having some issues with dates. So, you know. Shroom is traveling for work. I thought Shroom was doing something with traveling or work. I couldn't remember what it was, Kryptonian. But
Oh yeah, I should pull the chat up. So why don't you kick us off? You wrote it up. I don't know. I know we had a lot of onboarding discussion, but what's this item about?
so onboarding, we still have a lot of people who are we're trying to get through. I don't know what the best plan is to tackle that. Whether we all set up some time that we know we're free and we can schedule things ahead of time. Like, hey, I know Mike sits there most days for 4 or 5 hours, if not more. But if we can like make a schedule and even an event where people could RSVP to get their onboarding done, we just we need to get through the onboardings, and I need some creative ways to figure out how to do so.
I've had a lot more luck with because I've done both the at pending onboarding and the DMs, and I've had a lot more luck with DMs than at mentioning people. So, what about you guys? I mean, Mike, you do the most onboarding stuff.
I honestly don't think between my actual daily life and stuff, I think honestly the two or three I might get done a day are probably conducive because I can't sit there and email everybody and DM everybody on this list daily to get their onboardings done. I'm sure you all don't have the time to do that either. So, um, I mean, I honestly would probably say that the best way to do this would probably be get the Dons involved in this and help, like Fireman's done. I think Sherman's just doing the same thing. But as the CT, I mean, I think with the two or three of us that are doing it for the CT before Pete came in. It just kind of is a little overwhelming in my personal opinion. So I think there probably needs to be better way to do this. But the only thing that I really have time for right now is to just do my blast a couple times a day and sit in the room until people join, which works. But also, I think these people probably aren't necessarily might be checking that their tag or there or whatever, depending on their perms in Discord. So it could just kind of be getting lost. But I mean, even if we did an event, it would still take a while because we still have to go down through everybody, get their names, get their games, get them situated with the proper people, get their perms. It just I don't know. I think it's kind of a cluster, especially when you're doing an onboarding with one person, you're almost done, and another person comes through in the end, and you're still having to add stuff in at the end of it, and restart over again. And I just think that the personalization of what we were trying to do initially is, like you said, the growing pains, and might be getting too big for our britches, and might need more people to help out with the onboardings.
I think another.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Okay, thanks. I think another issue is that I've seen a couple of comments in the onboarding members chat. I don't know if many people notice that there's an onboarding process while they sign up for the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it doesn't matter how many times Mike pings.
It's like once or twice a day. It's often. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in there every day.
And what you're getting three a day, like that's,
yeah, two or three a day. And I mean,
it's not that's not like a clearing pace, right? So, and obviously, Mike, you're doing. No, I'm not saying anything against you, Mike. But like, even if Mike was doing, like, if all of us were in there and there was someone in there all day, every day, if people don't know that that's part of the process, then we're not going to get through these onboardings.
I mean, and then it also comes down to the point is, even though I work from home, there's points where I have to work. So it's kind of like, even though I'm there, I'm having to mute myself, due to work calls and stuff like that. So even that's not necessarily 100%. And if I spent all day doing that, emailing people and trying to do onboardings and stuff, it would actually probably take away from my work. So that's probably like I said, there's got to be another solution. And I mean, that kind of goes what we were talking about, like, guests being involved and stuff like that. And can't, if they're or if they've signed up and they're playing with people, then the people that are there, if there's somebody that they can direct them to, could get an onboarding done or two, and just kind of like at least pass the information down, I guess is a better way of putting it. Be like, hey, you need to get your onboarding done. At least contact the person, see what we can set up.
The other thing that, so Winnie in chat said, there's an idea for onboarding to have like appointment times where people can sign up, and then if they're available, if that time is booked, then we can go in and do it. But if no one signs up, then that's not a time wasted, us just sitting waiting in that chat. But it makes me think, why are we messaging and waiting for these people who aren't active and not trying to be part of the community by getting this onboarding done? If they're not, like, I'm in, a bunch of different like game discords or like BattleBit or EFT or whatever. And if I'm not participating in there, I'm not really a member, and I might have that onboarding tag forever. I think maybe we should consider the way we manage those members who, maybe aren't committed to onboarding, and just ended up with that onboarding tag because a friend sent them an invite, and maybe they've just muted the Discord, and now they're not as contributing member as other people are, right?
Yeah.
So,
What do you
I
think?
mean, I guess
V?
I guess another thing is
Well,
maybe me keeping my stuff on do not disturb might kind of throw people off too, because if my mic's muted and I'm on do not disturb, then they're probably thinking, oh, he's just not available.
yeah, I mean that might be something specifically for you, but for the broader group, all of us doing onboarding. V, did you have anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, kind of what Winnie was suggesting is I think the most efficient and effective way would actually be to have scheduled days and times where people can RSVP to get their onboarding done. That way we know, okay, these are the people that we're expecting at this time. Let's have somebody available. And then, you don't have Mike or whoever else like sitting there all day waiting for maybe two or three people and, actually maybe get a little bit more participation through the onboarding.
I love it. Let's do it. And Mike, I don't personally have the same. I don't expect you to sit there all day or DM people all day. You got a job to do like the rest of us. My issue is not yours. Well, I think we have the, like V said in chat, if people were ready to onboard, I have time. It's not that there's more people on board than I have time to do. It's that I'll be like, hey, anybody want to be onboarded? I'll get one or two. But it's, if there's 40, 50 people waiting to be onboarded, maybe we do need at a certain point to just pull them out of the pending onboarding group. We'll send them a DM and say, hey, we've reached out 5 times. You're not pending onboarding anymore. You're a guest. If you ever want to join, let us know.
I mean, I guess that's one thing is we never actually set up a timeline of being like, hey, if you didn't get your onboarding done. But then it's also, I don't even know how we would keep track of that. That would be another thing is like, are we just going to have a massive spreadsheet like we started off with when we first started all this and just add them and then say, hey, you haven't got your onboarding done. We're making you a guest.
Yeah,
You can click on the profile and it shows you the day they joined the server.
Are you talking about on the? Are you talking
Just
about
click on their
on
no,
Discord?
on Discord. So I just
Okay.
clicked on Miss V and she
Mhm.
joined June 24th.
Okay.
So like if
So
she
then-
still has pending onboarding after, I don't know, we have to decide that date, that time frame, but let's say instead of sending out and waiting for 6 hours and we can just quickly go through the 40 people and see if anyone's hit our time limit that I think we should set soon and implement. And if anyone's reached that time, send them a message. Hey, thanks for being interested in OG. Unfortunately, you've reached the time limit for onboarding. If you're interested, send us a message. We can get that done. Otherwise, you're going to be a guest on our server, and if you want to participate more, we can facilitate that.
Mhm.
I like that. I mean, and 40, 50 people, I mean, that's not, I could go through and message that in a day, it's just let them know what's up. It's not a bad thing, if they don't want to onboard, then it's 5-10 minutes, then that's, no worries.
But is there a way that we could actually spread that out? I mean, because it says they're pending onboarding, but I mean, at the same time, like I said, Peak's done it, Neuro's done it, or not, I guess Neuro's done onboardings too. Should we kind of spread that out maybe to help out with us? To be like, hey, can you go through and message people that are in your prospective family and see about them getting their onboardings done, and then kind of help out with that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to split it up, but there's not that many. I don't mind doing them all myself.
Okay.
Just this
So,
next round. Go ahead.
to kind of add on to what people are saying, so I'll talk about specific instances. There was a couple of people that were, when we were still part of TG, that were, I was contemplating putting on leave. They were very intermittent players. They joined because they joined us when we were doing recruiting, and they said, obviously we're doing high level content, and they could see we could know what we're doing. And they were like intermittent. We only had the 2 practices a week, and they didn't play very much Destiny at all. And I was gonna every time I pinged them, they were like, I got work and this and stuff, and I was just gonna put them on leave, and I did. A couple of them, they still played with us about every 4 weeks, and they were on leave, and it was fine. Now that we're Omni and they came over with us, they're doing the same thing. So we've onboarded some of them like Mizu, Wolfie. So we have several Wolfies. We have Alpha Wolf, Wolfie, the Wolfie, our BCGXO, and then Mizu Wolfie. Mizu Wolfie is a casual player at best, and so I thought it was I don't know. You guys tell me. Is it appropriate to make them like the permanent guest, or do we have them on the roster in the super ultra casual squad? But even the ultra casual squad meets once a week.
Yeah. So I mean,
It
these
still
these
need to get
process-
their onboarding done, though. Yeah, I mean, it's
And
still
they did, and they
Oh,
did.
Yeah,
They
these
did
people are in
do
a
the
squad.
onboarding.
But so the process is outlined for that. There's a 30-day onboarding, Neuro. So they have to make it past
Right.
that 30 days to be accepted in a squad. And if they didn't meet activity requirements or the capo doesn't want them in the squad, then they actually go back to square one. They've got to start their 30-day onboarding over again with another squad, or you guys just say they're not ready and boot them back to Gast. It's fine.
Roger that.
So after
Sure.
your 30-day onboarding, like if you make it, activity's good, capo's good, they are a member. They get initiated, right? And then once you're initiated, you're no longer an associate, you're a full-fledged member. Then at that point, you can choose to not be in a squad. You can just be a member of OG and do it for the next 20
What
years.
Okay. Roger that. Clear to me.
Okay. Does that make sense to the rest of you guys? Peak, like they got to get. There's no
Yeah,
on leave
understood.
equivalent. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So on that note, though, I think we do need to have some sort of like, if all of the family staff and above, if you can message me at least one time frame, like that you're available for like a 30-minute block, even that way. If you have a lot more people sign up, you have time to get through them. If you can message me privately a 30-minute block that you're able to do it, I will make a calendar and we can have people sign up. And if no one signs up for your time slot, if you want to still join the onboarding channel and hang out and see if anyone comes in, great. If not, if no one signed up, that's fine. But some like a 30-minute block that you're available this week to do
Can
that. So
we-
we can try and get that blocked. If you have more time and you want to send me like a million times, I would prefer not a million, but feel free to send me more than one. But if we can all do at least one 30-minute block, I think that would be great.
Can we discuss that time frame for a member that will be in that pending onboarding? If we reach out and they don't respond, how long do they? How long are they supposed to be in pending onboarding? Can we just brainstorm some time frames? That way we can clear that queue, and it's just not.
Why don't we focus?
know, we don't-
If it's fine, and this is just an idea of the group, you guys tell me. But why don't we start with 30 days for now? Because we just have not been
Works
doing
for me.
this, and then cut it down to 2 weeks at some point.
Yeah, 30 days sounds good to me, even as a constant moving forward. So
Yeah, I like the 2 week period because I mean, it was like over in the other group if they didn't get their their BC test done or anything like that. I mean, it was
I would,
still a time frame, but this is less time consuming and
any other
I mean-
experiences are good to reference, but I would definitely try and refrain from continuing to compare to any other group. We are us. We're going to do what we're going to do.
well, I was talking about the actual having a time frame established because
I
we
know.
never really established that in the first place.
Yeah, I got you, man. But it's apples and oranges. So what works for us and why? I mean, for me, technically speaking, it's if they're there for 6 months, I don't care that much. But it does become a burden to you all, Mike and V, if you're trying to deal with this giant group of onboarding, pending onboarding, and they're not interested. I don't want to be wasting your time messaging them. So I do think a time frame is needed.
For sure.
What do you guys think is the right time?
well, like even when you sign up for certain programs and stuff, if you have an inactive time frame of a certain amount, then you usually get removed from that. So I don't think setting a time limit is being restrictive of our community, of our family, and I think it just helps keep things clean, and and then we don't have all this extra overhead to run, and we can focus more on the members that want to be here. And it's not like we're banning them for being inactive for that certain amount of time. But I think 30 days is good. Give them a chance to reach out, like we reach out to, and if it doesn't work, then come back another time, and we're not going to limit you from doing that, but it's a two-way street, right? You got to want to be part of the family to be part of the family. So that's the way I see it.
Neuro, what do you think, man? What's the timeline?
So part of me, because and you guys tell me what feels like old to you guys or around. We haven't been around that long, so we said 30 days. And this is on one side to be respectful of the expectations people set for themselves. Okay, we can stick to that, but also too, the 2-week thing for me, I'll be very straight. If you're so casual that you can't actually do the thing, you don't want to be part of a community, you are that casual, that's cool. We'll see you around. 30 days gives, let's be honest, most gamers, we're trying to change their perception of gaming to be more consistent. If they're they want a clan, they want the environment, they want the community, those are the people that we don't have problems reaching or onboarding or getting to come to practice. It's those people that we're going to influence. 30 days is their whole lives change in 30 days. It's a long time, but we made an original commitment, so kind of on the fence there. That's it.
I think he's Neuro kind of hit the nail on the head. It also comes down to the proactivity of the member. There's members that are actually in the onboarding chat that are actually reaching out to trying to get their onboardings done. And I know it's I've played telephone tag with a few people, just due to time constraints, and people that are in EU and stuff like that. It's trying to get everyone together. It is like herding cats, but I do think that a member also can reach out and be like, hey, I need to get my onboarding done. Especially there's tons of people that I actually have sent messages to, the welcome, and they still haven't even responded. My message box is massively full just from other messages. So I guess at the same time I could be proactive and go back through and message all of these people at the same time, but at the same time they could have messaged me back to be able to schedule it. So I think it's, like I said, it's this is a double-edged sword and a two-way street, as people like to put it.
Okay. V, did you have any thoughts?
For onboarding is way too long. I think something more like 1 to 2 weeks is valid. If they have something come up or whatever, they're busy, that's fine. But once you start pushing that 30-day, if they can't find 5 to 10 minutes in a month, I don't know how well getting them to come to a practice would go.
The more we talk about it, I agree with you. If it was, maybe we start with 2 weeks and cut it to a week. Because worst case, we pull them from pending onboarding, and they say, "Well, I want to join." Then we add them back to pending onboarding.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking
it's not a big deal. So
I was thinking 1 week was like when you were talking about that earlier. I was like, maybe 1 week is a perfect window, because Ms. V's right. If they don't have 5 minutes to sit down with any of us that are there, then 30 days is that going to change anything? So.
And I think it would be one thing if, on a case by case, we expand that. If, someone comes and hey, I'm on vacation this week, I won't be available, but they communicated that with us, then I think it's one thing to push them back and let them have 2 weeks of being on as a pending onboarding. But if we message you and we don't hear back from you, I think a week is, more than
sufficient.
enough time.
But the thing is it's not we're limiting if they're out on vacation and they accidentally get put to guest. It's not this whole thing isn't that big a deal. They reach out to us, say, hey, I'm guest, I want to be pending onboarding. Fine,
right.
It's it's inconsequential the consequence of them being put to guest, right? So that's what I'm saying. The time frame is just to help us clear our logs and be able to reach out to people who who want to be reached out to, right? So
right.
So. Anybody opposed to a week? I'll hit everybody who's pending onboarding with a note let them know to get up with one of us, how to get up with one of us. H will work on the event scheduling that everybody discussed, and we'll try and get our list down to people who've joined in the last week, or at least replied within the last week. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Yep.
A lot of topics to go through, only 35 minutes to do it. So, initiation phase. Neuro had asked a question about it, but we have a lot of people who are pending the initiation phase. H built a form we're going to fill out. We need to talk to any associate who's made it here 30 days before we, I guess, sit down and talk to them. We need to talk to their capo, make sure that that capo actually says, yes, this person, I want them in my squad. We're having fun together. Again, don't want to force the pieces of the puzzle to fit. Nobody has to break any rules. But if you're not having fun together, then please don't, force the squad together. So you guys, the family staff, we really got to start reaching out to these capos. I'll make sure you guys have the form from H. It's like 4 or 5 questions. Do you like your squad? Do you want to be in your squad? Do you like OG? Is there some things we can improve? And they made it 1 to 10, so we can look at the metrics, use that analytics to continually improve the community. But this is just a flyover topic from our internal meeting last week. Any questions or comments on initiation for our new members that have been here for 30 days? Or associates that have been here for 30 days? Peak and Neuro, you guys feel like you know what to do to initiate some members?
Yep.
Yeah. So I see, like, we chatted about it earlier this week, and we have the list in there. I just need the list of members that have that are past that 30-day mark. So I don't know if that's the same list as what we used to onboard or not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it
I'll
is.
just be on
Yeah?
the
Okay.
tracker. Yeah, and
Okay.
just the ones that you've reached out to are the ones that you are responsible for doing the initiation phase. So
Gotcha.
because you haven't done many 30 days ago, you're off the hook. For
There
right
may
now.
be some other people in the.
Well, I'll reach out to Frontier, anyone
Yeah.
in Frontier, and as part of the community team too. So
Yeah.
And Mike, reach out to me too if you need a hand.
Okay.
No.
So, website updates, we are still working through it. I think we had made some pretty significant progress in getting all our members and squad leadership, district leadership, family leadership onboarded on the website, updated. Some squads are starting to report attendance on the website, so that's going well. Do have some negative news. Our main web team person, Taylor, is having some health issues right now. Significant, but don't really want to get into his personal business or dive into that, but hope for his speedy recovery. It certainly is going to impact our timeline for getting the website where we wanted, multiple squads, getting the rosters up. So, to be honest, I'm kind of working through that and figuring out where we're going to land. But while it sucks, the website's going to be delayed. My certainly priority and focus is making sure, I don't want to put anything on Taylor while he's going through what he's going through, so we're going to have to slow down. It's not to say there's no development. I can do some things myself, and we'll reach out to others to keep it moving. But hey, bad news, website is slowing down a little bit while our web team, does spend some time taking care of themselves. So
I do have something to add on to this. I was playing around with the website. And I did notice some performance issues. I don't know if that's already on your radar or not, but it seems to be when like a little browser window is opened up inside of the OG site. It's I think it's like a memory related, and it really clogs up your computer. So
no, I haven't had anything like that.
uh,
But you have, I think,
Well,
you have
I'm-
access to the web development chat. So just post whatever you got in there.
yeah, okay, all right.
Store. You want to talk about the storage?
Yeah, so we worked very hard earlier today to try and figure out the store, and we had it working briefly, but I don't know what's going on. So we're struggling with Square, but the store will be up and running. We currently have stickers. There is a poll someone's faster than me, they could link it here, but I am not the fastest at finding things. I believe it was in suggestions is where Peak put it last week. Yep. There's a poll for repping our merchandise. So if there's any merchandise that you would like to see, definitely let us know. And we'll be happy to look into whether or not those items can be creative. Thank you, Peak. So right now there are stickers in our store. There will be more items to come, but they are not here yet. So definitely let us know. And in honor of that store going live, for those of you that are here, we'll be giving away the opportunity to win one OG sticker. I have posted that here. To enter, I believe you just hit the little party thing. 3 of you have entered, so that's a good deal. It seems to be working. You will have to, FYI, if you win, I will need your address so I know where to send the sticker to. So,
We can't teleport the sticker to them?
yeah, unfortunately, I do not know how to do that. And if I write just, Mystic or Dreadshard or Frag or anything like that on the envelope, it's not going to make it to you as far as I know. This is my first time using the giveaway bot, so I'm hoping it works. If not, we will try again after this one ends. So, but you guys are more than welcome to use that giveaway bot and enter to win.
Should just make them NFTs.
So, anybody interested in that? Definitely using that poll as a way of gauging interest if stickers or T-shirts or whatever are of interest, because we're not going to waste a bunch of time figuring out how to print and cut out and customize stickers and banners and vinyls for cars or fridges or whatever if nobody wants it. So let us know that you care about stickers by entering to win a free one. Let's see. Family community team updates. I know Fireman is not dealing. He's enjoying some time with family after a long shift, celebrating his birthday. But Call of Duty's doing great. I know their east side is struggling a little bit. They've kind of got the DMZ, the Warzone, and the ranked. There's just not enough people to split, and some people don't want to play others, so they're looking for more people and doing some reorg on the European side. The west side doing great. It's kind of like Overwatch. Once you hit this magic number of squads, it gets a little easier to balance. Once you have this high SR, low SR, I've got enough tanks, enough healers. So in Call of Duty, it's the game modes and the skill. So Call of Duty's doing pretty good, continuing to grow, and I know they got most of their squads onboarded this weekend in terms of on the website. So Neuro, can you speak to Destiny?
Mm-hmm. So on Destiny, we're making some inroads, basically charting our path forward from, for lack of a better description, kind of shed what we have it from TG. There's a bit of a dry spell between seasons. This season is, as you know, it's all content driven. Games have a little bit of an ebb and flow. So we're doing well. So people are playing trials that like to play trials. People are doing grandmasters, and we're seeing real progress in people understanding how to do the high end content. We're just making progress. But mostly we're getting ourselves organized with squads, and Shroomage and I need to select somebody for to head up the more casual side of things. So that's in process.
Awesome. Okay. Peak?
Yeah, of course. Frontier's doing well. I've had a busy week personally, but we were able to open up 2 tabletop squads for D&D and Pathfinder. And Hobo, you should know, you're part of the D&D one, how much fun those are, and definitely good turnout, and hoping that this carries on moving forward. Maybe we can open up some more squads related to this. If you are a dungeon master or you like creating that sort of stuff, you can always hit me up, and the more we have of those, types of members, the better, the more we can reach, the more campaigns we can do and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. I'm in the process. We're trying to figure out interest for a couple of games. We're on the verge of opening up Rogue Warrior. It's for Diablo 4, but we're still working out the kinks on a session date for that. A new role has been added to the top of the server. You can select in your channels and roles. It's the Minecraft role, and you get access to a whole new section with an OG server link and some more chats to talk with other members about this. And we're looking at new games for Halo EU, East Family, Fortnite as well, and BattleBit. So if you guys have any interest in that, you can head over to the suggestions. Here, let me copy it and add it to the chat. There's a topic and suggestions where you can express your interest. Where's it? Here we go. You can express your interest in that here, and that way we can see how many squads we open up, what days everyone's interested in, and go from there.
Yeah, and shout out to Primus Rios for actually hosting that Minecraft server for OG. She's very interested in getting it up and going. It seems like a lot of community members are starting to play on it, so that's awesome news.
And the cool thing sorry, go ahead.
For Brogard, the Fork plays Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons. I know he's part of the Destiny too, but he might be someone you connect with.
He's already
working on it. Yeah,
he's being vet Pathfinder DM. Yeah.
No, that's all. Thank you for the suggestion, and he's definitely contributing a lot. So small world.
Every Tuesday, PM.
Is that officially a squad though?
We're working out. So Pathfinders doesn't have a special chat yet, but we're still working out just the specifics. And then I know Vet opened up a voice chat for him just so they have a place in OG to play. But I'm still chatting with some people about specifics, and then we can go from there.
I was going to say that's what it was. We were there this week for that. I thought we actually had thought it was a squad chat, but I guess
it's almost there. It's same thing with Rogue Warrior Diablo 4. It's essentially open. So
cool. Okay.
So the bot did work, just so everyone knows. And Panda, to answer your question, it is a real sticker. It is a vinyl 3x3, 3 inches by 3 inches sticker with the OG logo. So if you can DM me the name and address and where to send that. I don't know how to make a Discord sticker. Miss V made my avatar, so she'd have to make something like that for you probably. But it is a real sticker. If you do not want a real sticker, I understand, and I can see how I get the bot to pick a new winner if you would like. Otherwise, it is 100% yours.
Awesome. Any updates for the community team?
So we are working on obviously helping with the onboarding process and with the initiation. You guys are horrible. But working on that, working on getting Miss V trained up on things, and working on all of that. So we don't have anything concrete. We are hoping. Last week we had to postpone our event. We are hoping to be able to have a game night this week that we can all get together and hang out and stream it. We might do some Phasmophobia or something a little scarier. I will probably scream during that. That's why I say scarier. But yeah, so that is what we have going on in the CT for now. But Panda, for the record, don't listen to any of these people in chat. If you want your
we're all kidding. Yeah.
Send me your address privately.
What's that 3-digit CVV number?
No. I only ask you, Mike, for those things. But yeah, so that's what I have for you, Hobo.
Cool. So next item is age requirements. Minimum age. There's certainly, yeah, interesting topic. Based on certain laws, there needs to be a minimum age. We can't just have no minimum age, like COPA and things. So we definitely don't want OG to be targeted toward freaking 12-year-olds or something. So, but what's the group think about what a minimum age should be?
40 would be pretty solid.
16. I'd say 16. I mean, we've had lots of, there's been, and you don't like talk about the other group, but the other group, I mean, we did have some great members that joined when they were 16, still stuck around through their adulthood. But at the same time, I mean, they also showed a level of maturity that was not fit of a normal 16-year-old, I guess is a better way of putting it as well. So,
I have a maybe not an apparent first thought about this, but in communities sometimes there can be some romantic entangle. Like I just to be safe. I don't. If we have it 16, I wouldn't want that there to be some sort of issues going forward. If someone were to start chatting with someone who's underage, that's just something I think maybe we should keep in mind. But that would be one con for doing anything under 18. But I do agree. Say like people can be under the age of 18 and still be mature and contribute positively to the group. But
I kind of like 16.
in terms of being safe,
What's and well, it's a variable law too. In the UK, it's like 16 is adults, or well, to most legal extents. But H and V, what do you two think?
Probably more
First,
toward 18.
oh, sorry, go ahead. Miss May. So I would vote on 16. I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't tender or anything like that. That's not what we're going for here, as far as my understanding. So, I mean, I feel like 16 is fine for that. That's just my feeling. And I don't know if we need to flag it if they're under 16, or I mean, under 18. But I think, I mean, as long as you are being respectful and you're following the OG rules, I don't see why there would be a whole lot of issues with having a 16 or 17-year-old in here.
Okay, I'm kind of leaning towards 16 across the board. We modify it if needed. I mean, there's not really a point where we're asking people their age, right? And I don't intend to introduce that to the website. So, if let's say we had a age requirement, it was 16. How would we enforce that? Is that
sorry, go ahead, Romancer.
I think having the disclaimer in the rules, and when you sign up, you read the user's license agreement or any agreement.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to get around protecting us and asking everybody. That's one way.
I like it. Add it to the rules. Is it worth adding to the? That sounds kind of creepy though, to do it in an interview if it was in the onboarding. So maybe not.
Yeah.
I do think it's a little bit creepy. Yeah.
Well, I go back to I onboard a lot of people for companies, and it's against the law to ask people's age, except for a minimum. Are you 18 or whatever for like labor laws, and it's against the law to ask them their religion and a whole bunch of other things. So the way we get around it is when you apply, and the initial thing is that it doesn't say you don't have to put your age. You have to put I am over 18 if that's it, if that's the thing, or whatever the age requirement is.
What
so
if,
no,
because you have to sign up on the website to be, like, it's all linked together. So if they've signed up on the website, what if at the bottom of the registration form, there or somewhere on the registration form, there is a box that you have to click that says that you certify that you are at least 16 years of age or older. And then if you do that, then I mean, I don't personally care if you're 16 or you're, 108. If you're 108, I kind of want to know about that though, because that's pretty awesome that you're still gaming. But then it takes all of the pressure off of us, and it puts it on the member. And if they lie about it, and then it, their maturity level shows, and they end up being, we find out that they're 12, then we could ban them from there. But I don't, I think it would be easier just to have them certify that they are 16 or over.
On the website.
Yeah. And that takes it out of our control. I don't have to ask. Because I don't know, I'd feel awkward asking a man, especially. Like, hey, are you over the age of 16? Like, I just, I feel weird
Can
asking.
you tell me your age, sex, and location, please?
Yeah, I
No,
know some
no
people didn't
ASL.
really grow up in the same decade you do, Mike. So
AIM
some
days.
people might
AIM
not.
days.
Yeah, so some people might find that inappropriate. So no, we don't ask people to ASL. No.
Yeah, so I feel like it would be better if the website, they have to certify that they are that age, over 16, and if you don't say yes, you are over 16, then you would be, the website wouldn't approve your application. And then, I mean, if people lie, I mean, I know people lie all the time on websites, and I mean, it is a thing, but at least that way it's out of our hands. And then if they break other rules in OG and we find out about it, then, you and Bet can handle it from there.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll look into what it's going to look like on the website. But people are, yeah, and in our onboarding, we just require folks to sign up on the site, and it's a non-issue. All right. Sounds like a direction we can go. Server boosters. Let me. Do you have that, or do you want me to pull that?
I can get it if you can't get it first.
No, we'll race. Let's see.
You have a mouse, so I'm dealing with the pad on the laptop.
Yeah, I got it. So, want to thank our server. Wait, where they are? There they are. Let's thank our server boosters, as we do each week: Alpha Wolf, Beatlemania, Brogork the Fork, Bud Zeus, Lixer, Normancer, Chester's, Nuka, Shrimmage, Vane, Osnick, Only Use a Frag, Primus Rules, Sparks, Wolfie, Typical, Unhinged, Valhalla, and Valorous. Thank all of you for boosting the server and helping to make our Discord better. Let's see. And then shoutouts. I'll hand that back to you.
So shout outs. I mean, it's really just from a personal level. I want to give a special shout out to Mystic for being the best DM that I've worked with. He led our D&D session on last night. And then just to, the continuous hard work from all of the family staff and above, and to all of our capos, and just everyone here that's making this community what it is. It's been refreshing to find a group that I want to be with, and I want to hang out with y'all. So it's been great. Keep up the good work. Anyone else have any shout outs?
Hopefully everybody does, but I do. Firemen really crushed it this weekend, getting Call of Duty squared away, and the Call of Duty squad leadership and district leadership. Nick, I see out there. Appreciate you getting all your folks onboarded, getting people on the site and squared away. That's awesome. And Neuro, I think you guys were ahead of the curve, and Destiny was done before this weekend. So good job on you guys for already having it done.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have any shout outs? If there's not, we can jump off. Go play some games.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Shout out to Mike for spending most of every day in the onboarding room. He's
Yeah,
always working
absolutely.
hard and yeah, doing fighting the good fight, and yeah, I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're back in my good graces, Pete.
I just want to give you a big sloppy kiss.
Oh man, can you mail it in a box with a sticker, please?
I don't have any stickers, but maybe if I won that raffle, I would be sending you one. The system is rigged.
Panda wins everything.
We'll send you a thank you sticker, Mike.
I'm just gonna slap it on my PlayStation.
That was a good slap.
Yep.
All right. Well, if anybody have anything else?
I will say, guys, please, like, you know, I know it seems like we beat the onboarding stuff to death, but please, if you all have squad members or friends that have joined or people that you know that are guests or anybody that possibly needs to do the onboarding, I am normally in the onboarding room from like maybe 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. PST time. So that should encompass the EU guys as well. So just tell them, you know, to check and see if I'm on, and if not, please send me a message and I'll try to get them squared away.
And tell them to check for the however we decide to figure it out. I know Sweez was looking into bots to see if there's a way. Otherwise, we'll be creating events based off of what y'all send me as your availability. So they can like RSVP for sessions as well.
Cool. All right, guys. Have
Cool.
a great day. You got
See you guys.
something else? Okay. Later.
Have a good night.